TheWhatNowKids.co.uk.
When you look at yourself, take a good long look. Can you be honest with yourself? Are you an open book? When will you come to terms with the sadness fact? Every time you talk to me, it's all an act. Take a good long look. Are you an open book? With the sadness fact, every time you talk to me, it's all an act. Smoke and mirrors, is that a fact? That behind the curtain, it's all an act. Turn the tables and don't look back. Look inside yourself, it's all an act. Is that a fact? It's all an act. No, don't look back. Look inside yourself, it's all an act. Be all you claim, on and honestly, I'm getting tired of this game. Why can't you see? Does the light go dark? Does the dark go black? Every time you think of me, it's all an act. On and honestly, why can't you see? Does the dark go black? Every time you think of me, it's all an act. Open mirrors, is that a fact? That behind the curtain, it's all an act. Turn the tables, but don't look back. Look inside yourself, it's all an act. Is that a fact? It's all an act. No, don't look back. Look inside yourself, it's all an act. At the end of the day, from the mirror you return. Old memories will fade, nothing new for you to learn. Does anything sound new? Do you want to turn your back on the only thing you really do? It's all an act. At the end of the day, from the mirror you it's all an act. Till memories will fade, nothing new. It's all an act. Does anything sound new? Do you want to it's all an act. Only thing you do. It's all an act. From the mirror you return. Nothing new for you to learn. Do you want to turn your back on the only thing you really do? It's all an act. Smoke and mirrors, is that a fact? And behind the curtain, it's all an act. Turn the table, no, don't look back. Look inside yourself, it's all an act. Smoke and mirrors, is that a fact? And behind the curtain, it's all an act. Turn the tables, so don't look back. Look inside yourself, it's all an act. It's all an act, it's all an act. It's all an act, it's all an act. It's all an act, it's all an act. It's all an act.
That was a track called It's All an Act. That was by the What Now Kids. And I'm delighted to say that they're here with us in the studio now. Guys, welcome to the show.
Good afternoon.
What was it that made you first start a band?
Well, we I'm always singing and everything. Always been creatively interested in music. Get together with Rob. We just mess around, playing guitar, singing, everything. We found out that Vin was playing drums, and we just thought, great, it's a event, get together, just make music.
That's excellent. Your press release, I mean, it details an extensive history. It's actually quite fascinating. Could you tell us a bit more about it?
Well, basically, I mean, we're all friends and have known each other since college. We're all connected through one person, Julie, who is John's fiancée, Rob's sister, and my best friend. And so when we're all playing musical instruments and stuff, we thought, let's start a band. And that's kind of just how it happened, really.
Because you all sort of went your own separate ways and sort of came back randomly at the same time, and it
all worked out quite nicely.
Yeah,
how we came together.
The timing was perfect, really, wasn't it? So
it was meant to be, obviously.
Oh yes.
Also on your press release, you list an epic. It really is an epic list of bands. That's all I could say about it, really. Some fantastic bands you've listed on there, like Five Finger Death Punch, Smash Mouth Pendulum, Foo Fighters, Tenacious D, to name but a few. How did you come up with that list? I mean, surely there was some sort of debate there, some sort of arguments, or
no debate, no arguments.
No.
It's basically we all have such a different taste in music, so collectively we decided to put them up just to give people an idea of what kind of music are our influences, and also get an idea into what we can play and into our music styles.
So yeah, there are a lot of different influences because we are all influenced by a lot of different bands, and then that we hope comes through in the music.
Yeah, I was just about to say, do you think that comes across in your EP that you've just released?
I like to think so. Yeah. I mean, I listen to a lot of the punk stuff. Bad Religion, Pennywise, one of my favourite bands. Rise Against, everything like that. But then I also listen to a lot of pop punk and post-hardcore as well.
Yeah.
So I'd like to think it all comes together. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to Placebo, Alkaline Trio, Blink-182 is probably one of my big influences, and then Rob, you've got.
Yeah, my main influences were Green Day, just purely for the guitar, and Zebrahead as well, because some of their riffs are fantastic.
Yeah,
and
awesome
that's
band.
just what I'm aiming for, really.
Yeah, totally.
That's good.
I'm going to play a track now called Fell on My Keys. Could you explain the meaning behind this track?
Not really. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Right.
It's a good example, this one, of our tenacity. We've all kind of, in the band, had a lot of issues with this track in particular, but we've all worked through it, and now I'd like to think that we're all really proud of it.
We are very happy with it.
Really happy with the song.
Yeah.
So you're listening to The What Now Kids, and this track is called Fell on My Keys.
Whispers, lost in steps, missteps. A call to time through sunlight, eyes. Who calls to me? Who calls through the dark? Who challenges my undying heart? See the shape on the wall of a man as he falls free of his own soul. A mention of the summer of feather drops from bird and sky, the rising dusk. It's unease and depth, memory and loss. A mention of the summer of feather drops. Look past the eyes, through to the heart. Hot clouds above the path of light. Feel the warmth on your face as the masterpiece takes place on the cheek of a child caught outside a little while alone, and no one's watching him. No one's watching him. And no one's watching him. No one's watching him. No one's watching him. No one's watching him.
You are listening to Somervalley FM. That was the What Now Kids with a track called Fell on My Keys. The guys are still here in the studio with us. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Can you tell us where the name The What Now Kids came from?
Yes. It's well, basically it's a social commentary. Kind of, we are of the generation that we're always looking for the next best thing, all the technology that's around and everything, and just kind of what to do now. Where are we? What do we do?
Yeah. So does that come from any sort of frustration, sort of?
Not really. It's just seeing around, looking around. It is what now?
Yeah. You get to a certain point in your life and you just sort of go, what now?
Yeah.
What else can I do?
What the time when you've sort of left uni and looking around?
Yeah.
Been
precisely.
there, yeah. Besides local radio, how do you plan to unleash the word of the What Now Kids onto the unsuspecting public?
Well, we're basically going to try and get as many live gigs in the local area as we can, in local pubs, clubs, venues, anything like that. We do cater for birthday parties for certain ages as well, and just basically anything to get us out there, because we reckon we're good enough. So might as well unleash it onto the public, really.
Yeah, I'm sure the public will agree. We're playing tracks from your newly recorded EP. It's called Somewhere Close to Something Good. That's a fantastic title. How did you come up with that?
Well, as we were working on it, we realised that it was getting better. The tracks were coming together, and it was getting there. So the EP is something close to somewhere good for us.
Are you going to make this available to the public?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are. You can contact us. We've got a growing presence on social media sites.
Facebook, MySpace and such. And if anybody wants to buy a CD, just send us an email or a message or something and we can get one sorted.
Have you got an email address you want to put out there?
Yeah, it's TheWhatNowKids@hotmail.co.uk.
Excellent. And the demo that you've recorded, where did you record that?
That one was at Chicken Shed Studios in Glastonbury.
By Kyle Cullen, who helped us do the mix as well.
It's a fantastic name. Is it a good setup there?
Yeah, it's really good. He's recently set up.
Yeah.
So.
It's got everything you need, and it's a quite good sound as well, because it's so dead for echo and everything. You can actually get a decent sound without having to push it, which is quite good.
Yeah, it's brilliant. We talked a bit before about your influences. In your press release, even you specifically referenced Placebo and Rise Against. Would you say that justifies your sound?
I think so. Yeah. We've got the energy that's present in all the Rise Against stuff, but we also kind of balance it out with the melodies of Placebo.
Yeah.
No, awesome bands. I'll have to play some of them later on in the show. We're going to play a track now that you've chosen. I asked you to choose a track from any band, and so please could you explain why you chose this track?
Yeah, this track is by Alkaline Trio, and we all have a mutual love for all of their music. It's quite funny because we did actually decide to form the band at one of the Alkaline Trio gigs while we're waiting in the crowd. We listened to the band that were on before them, and we thought we can do something good or better than them. So, and obviously we're so charged from the live gig afterwards, we all decided to go ahead and form the band. And yeah, that's just pretty much where it started.
Yeah,
it's a good vantage point, really. So it's quite good. The track is called.
This Could Be Love.
Okay, guys, thank you very much for coming into the studio.
Thank you for having us. Cheers.